Good morning, everyone.
Hi, welcome back. Well, what'd you think of those views? So it's tomorrow morning, and I started out clean this morning, but changing lights in the trailer already. Got another call to go pick up some wood, so we've been busy. And we're going to take you around today and show you some of the things we've gotten done. Jill over splitting on the splitter, and the processor operating today. What else we got going on?
Clean up.
Clean up, always clean up. So helicopters, military helicopters going over, which is a good sound. And the next couple weeks, we have to shear the alpacas. And we didn't know if you'd be interested in us doing a video on that. It's pretty interesting, and unbelievable amount of fiber that comes off of them. And of course, Jill uses it to...
I do a lot of spinning and crocheting.
So we'll be right around the last week of May. They have to be done by the first week of June so they can grow their fiber back to stay warm for the winter, like a sheep. So we'll be, we actually have a girl that works at the zoo come up and shear them. I have done it. I don't particularly care to, so, and I don't really want to nick them with those shears. Are pretty sharp, so, and they're very thin skin, so I'd rather have someone else do it with more experience. And then today I have to run down and pick up another load of logs, and then you'll see in the video that I got a load the other day by myself. I got a quick shot of that at another subdivision. Actually this afternoon I have to run down to another subdivision from a different contractor and pick up more wood. So we have been very busy, and we've gotten about 175, 180 cord.
I think so, yeah.
All done and split, cut and piled.
And we have to do that so that it has time to dry in season for September. That's why we're in such a big rush to get all of this cut and split.
And we want to take some time off this summer a little bit. We're retired, and I didn't want this as a full-time job. So
No, I want to go fishing. He can retire. I want to go fish.
So we got the wood's drying fast, and the birch. If anybody watches, I'm sure a lot of you do watch Back 40. He's got some birch he just cut over at his dad's place. So it's very similar to the birch we have here, and he was noting that it's high in moisture content, and it is. It's the sap is coming in right now, as you'll see in the video. The logs I just picked up today earlier in the video there, you'll see how much sap is in the wood. The bark is already peeling off the trees, which is early for us this year. A lot of moisture, so we are concerned about a mold problem. I know a lot of channels we stack all of our wood on the pallets off the processor, so we don't have to handle it. And this year we're putting it in piles about half the size they were last year, and I still think we're going to have a little bit of an issue with mold. We're going to keep an eye on it. And it's a very light, white, dusty, just doesn't look good. So over in the RV park where Jill's been working on her little piles there with her splitter, those piles are even smaller yet. And that wood is on asphalt grindings, wrap we call it, and crushed stone. Kind of high ground, right out in the open in the old RV park, and that wood is really drying.
I couldn't believe yesterday how light that wood that I cut 2 weeks ago is compared to what I'm splitting now.
So if we get a minute here, if I think of it today, I'll run over and take the moisture meter, and we'll actually test some of that wood and see what it is, how fast it is drying. So stay with us, and we'll get some action going here.
Okay.
Well, welcome back. Thought you'd bring you along today to show you what we're going to do here to pick up some of our logs. This is in the subdivision we worked in last fall. And now, as you can see, there's people moved in, houses being built and worked on, and of course, new construction. So, contractor called this morning, said he had about a load of wood to come down and pick up. And we did get wood here last winter, so nice big birch, a couple of hollow ones, but we'll take it, make it work. And then when I get back today, Jill's at home splitting, and we'll take a couple shots around the yard and show you what we got going on. So stay with us. Okay, we're all loaded up here. This is all we have left, and the contractor's going to clean that up for us. Actually give us this load. They wanted it gone, so headed back up to the woodyard. Well, I made it back, and Jill's over here splitting. She didn't know I was going to film her. She normally doesn't drive the tractor. So this is the pile she's been working on part-time. So when we get all this split up, I'll take you over to the wood processor. We're going to be processing this afternoon. Jill's going to split after lunch here. She's going to split up this little bit. We'll get tidied up, and we're going to head back over to the processor. She does really well on the forklift. She doesn't drive the tractor much, so she's a little bit on the skittish side. Here's our little gizmo. Shot of King Mountain. We got some clouds coming over. As you can see the load off in the distance there. I'm just getting back from the load. So we're trying to make each pile about 10 cord. So I'll take a couple buckets off the end here where she's splitting and add it onto the pile behind me, and we'll have 10 cord. So how you mucking these big blocks up on the splitter, Jill?
Well, I am getting you to do it. Those big ones. I'm not picking those up. There's no way.
So the bigger blocks she just leaves off to the side, and when I get home or if I'm back over here from the sawmill, I'll pick them up for her. So we're slowly gaining. So we'll be back with you shortly. So this is what we hauled in last 2 weeks ago, the 8 loads. And then the pile is gone. Jill's been working on this, and I've done a little too. The big pile that was here. And then I got the load unloaded, as you see in the video there, the load I brought in. Jill was over splitting. I did unload that. This is a fresh cut. As I mentioned before, you can see the bark is peeling off. A lot of moisture in this birch. And I did pick up a couple beetle kill spruce for Jill's bundle wood, all dry and ready to go. The contractor started to save those out for us. And been doing a little sawing. And here's a 2x12 I actually sawed this week out of that spruce. Some pretty nice lumber. Give you a quick shot here of what we got going on. And Jill's getting ready to run the processor, and I stopped and unloaded those logs, and I threw on some older stuff on the trailer, brought them up to the processor, and this will just about finish up that pile of the small wood that we've had. So our second pile is getting near complete, and our third pile we're going to make much narrower and shorter to see how that dries. The wood is drying in the big piles. It's just you can see the moisture on this fresh cut stuff we've had processed. And I just got the feeling it's gonna have an issue drying. And I'll take you back here where we cut last January and February here at the beginning of this pile. It's cracked right open, as you can see, and it's So we'll get the moisture meter out and we'll do some tests here around the yard and see what we got going on for moisture content. All right, looks like Jill's coming along pretty well here. Go over and clean out her chute for her. Burning up all the scraps. So when this pile is completed out, even with the other one, it'll be 140 cord in the two piles. And what's in the RV park, we're gonna have 180 cord completed by the time you see this video. So nice stack of wood getting ready for next winter. So next week we're going to we'll do some moisture test on the wood around the yard, see how everything's going, get our moisture meter batteries. And I was going to do it today, but you got to pick up a 9-volt battery. So we'll be back with you shortly. So we hope you enjoyed our video today. And from the Alaska Woodyard, we keep the sawdust flying. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.